Wolverine is one of Marvel Comics' original staple characters, having earned his spot in Marvel's big three of superheroes. After the success of Deadpool and Wolverine, fans have found a special appreciation for the character, and although Hugh Jackman's portrayal is fantastic in its own right, the constraints of live action struggle to accurately depict the full extent of the character's strength, speed, skill, and abilities. We are the Hive Mind, and here is the comprehensive guide to easily and fully understand just how powerful the Weapon X truly is.
James Logan Howlett was awarded the codename of Wolverine due to his mutant abilities adopting animal-like characteristics. His mutation enhanced all of his 5 senses, making them extremely sharp, while also giving him a healing factor, allowing his body to regenerate from almost any injury. This healing factor was so potent that Logan has been able to heal himself from having all the tissue of his body completely disintegrated. His regeneration also has additional effects that go unnoticed. For example, most toxins and poisons can be fought and outlasted, as Logan's immune system is boosted to fight them off. This and his senses can also be healed if they're ever compromised. His respiratory system also gains additional defenses due to his healing factor, as airborne substances like Dakin's pheromones or microscopic nanites are unable to enter Logan's systems. This also occurs in intricate systems like the nervous system. When it comes to nerve strikes, the damage dealt to the nerves gets immediately healed, making any pressure point or nerve strike ineffective unless constant pressure is maintained. Even mental damage to his brain can be healed by his healing factor. When it comes to Wolverine's enhanced senses though, the ones that are most prominent are his smell and his hearing. When used in combination, Logan can create perfect images of his surroundings, even without visually seeing them. This works to form his own version of radar sense. These senses are so sharp that Logan is capable of sensing the intention of his enemies. This is shown when Logan can detect the fact that a man was a domestic abuser without ever witnessing the act or being present for the event. All this in combination gives Logan a sixth sense for danger, exponentially increasing his effectiveness in combat. Lastly, we're going to cover Logan's most iconic ability, his claws. These claws are augmented by his skeleton being laced with the strongest metal known to man, Adamantium. However, when the metal was merged with Logan's bones, was mutated by his own healing factor, making this new Adamantium be dubbed Beta Adamantium. It has all the same properties as the original. However, it can be regenerated anytime that it's destroyed or warped out of shape. His adamantium claws can cut through anything, but he's also awarded with having other miscellaneous applications of his claws. For example, he can absorb energy to heat up the claws, or he can reflect energy like laser blast.
With Logan's mutation outlined and his adamantium claws established, we can dive into the primary application, stabbing and slashing shit. Being made of the strongest metal and being razor sharp, Logan can practically cut everything he comes in contact with. Some people Logan has cut with his claws have been Namor the Submariner, the God of Thunder Thor, Venom, the Mad Titan Thanos, and multiple variations of the Hulk, having stabbed directly through Hulk's skull into his brain. Even when faced with things he can't cut like Captain America's adamantium shield, he strikes with enough force to stagger Captain America, knocking him back. However, a good gauge of damage Logan can inflict comes from the late 90s era of Wolverine, where he lost his adamantium skeleton, effectively losing his claw's durability negation properties. With his bare-bone claws, he has cut and drawn blood from Miss Marvel. Also within the fight, Logan was able to one-shot Powerhouse with a punch, Powerhouse having just pieced up Miss Marvel in a fight.
Going hand in hand with AP is durability, which, due to the metal skeleton, is arguably Logan's biggest strength. Logan has been punished massively by some of the heaviest hitters in Marvel. Starting with his lower end feats, Winter Soldier with his metal arm repeatedly attacked the back of Logan's head, and Wolverine could take it and land a reversal. The Wrecker, who is one of Thor's rogues, sent Logan flying back, with Wolverine able to come right back fighting. And then we move to the higher end showings where we look at multiple versions of the Hulk that Logan has squared off against, like this instance with Red Hulk, where Logan was able to remain standing even though Red Hulk's punch generated enough force to rip the flesh right off his bones. Even the extremely angry Base Hulk punched Logan, and although it dealt significant damage to Wolverine, he got right back up and was prepared to continue fighting. When faced against arguably one of Hulk's strongest iterations, Wolverine took a beating from World War Hulk, and it wasn't until he was hit with multiple powerful strikes did Hulk deal significant damage to Logan. Even the unstoppable Juggernaut hasn't been able to take down Wolverine with his famous unstoppable charge. Wolverine's encounters with energy attacks have also been impressive in the sense that he deals with it in multiple ways. For example, Dark Phoenix straight up blasted his ass with her energy and he took it head on, whereas Cyclops used his optic blast, and Logan can use his skeleton to his advantage and walk the beam down. And for the last energy showing, Wonder Man had off-guarded Wolverine along with the other Avengers, and like usual, Wolverine gets right back up. And in the era when Wolverine had lost his adamantium, he had to fight the Hulk. Logan took a clean strike to the face by this Hulk. Of course, this is impressive because there is no adamantium, giving Wolverine an added layer of protection.
Next up, we're going to be covering Wolverine's speed. Contrary to popular belief, Wolverine is one of the fastest street tiers in Marvel. People like to harp on how he has a metal skeleton that would slow him down. However, this is just not the case, as Logan has trained himself to where this added weight doesn't hinder his speed. To normal humans, Logan moves so fast that they're unable to perceive his movements. Lightspeed attacks like Cyclops' Optic Blast are able to be accurately deflected by Wolverine. This ability to react to lightspeed attacks has been quite consistent throughout Logan's career. Logan has shown that he's capable of blitzing Namor the Submariner, slashing him with Namor being unable to react to the slash. This is supported by the narrator straight up telling us that Logan is the faster of the two combatants. When facing off against a group of foes, Wolverine was knocking them down so fast that he was getting to them before Spider-Man could. And when those two fighters, Spider-Man and Wolverine, faced off, Logan was able to dodge multiple strikes, one being an off guard when Peter was not holding back. Possibly one of his best speed showings, Logan completely disappeared from Jean Grey's perception and had traveled enough distance in such short amount of time that he was able to get out of her telepathic range. This is so impressive because Jean is actually an Omega level telepath, meaning she's the highest degree of telepath that there exists within Marvel.
Now for Logan's most underrated or overrated category. Depending on the person scaling it, it's either massively highballed or massively lowballed. Wolverine's consistently depicted as a 7 in fighting skills within Marvel data books and on their website. For those who don't know, a 7 in fighting skills means a master of all forms of combat. Logan's best combat style, however, is his swordsmanship, as he can defeat multiple skilled swordsmen at the same time whilst he is rusty and blindfolded. His training has made his sword skills near flawless in the eyes of Silver Samurai. Even without weapons, he has showings of fighting relative and sparring to Iron Fist and defeating multiple opponents while standing in one place. The latter feat is so significant because at the time Logan had lost a lot of his memories about his skill and training, while also having lost his healing factor, which is the basis of Logan's fighting style. Through his vigorous martial arts training, he has mastered the art of reading people for weak points. This plays into a very underrated aspect of Wolverine, which would be his battle tactics. For example, in his very first time seeing the X-Men, he immediately determined combat strategies that would be able to take them all down. He's shown to blatantly be above Yukio, a character the narrator describes as having martial arts skills beyond description. Being practically immortal, Wolverine's fighting style has become so ingrained into his muscle memory that his instincts, reflexes, training, and experience are all first nature to him. These instincts are so well honed that he can know what opponents are going to do before they do them, as Logan is trained to anticipate the inconceivable. With all this fighting skill, Logan has slammed other skilled fighters like Kraven the Hunter's clone, his son Dakin, and even large amount of rogues at the same time. He's done this not just once, but on 2 separate occasions. Wolverine has had to fight robots that are designed to adapt to his fighting style, and Logan still wins. He had done this by making up fighting moves on the spot to counter the robot's ability to counter his own fighting style. So there's no doubt that Wolverine is one of the best fighters within Marvel Comics.
Next up, we have Berserker Rage. This is a state where Wolverine takes all of his anger and uses it to push him into an extreme state of bloodlust, making him want to kill. This state also puts Logan at the peak of his abilities, and this is told to us by Professor X when Wolverine was fighting against the Hulk. This is also a state that Logan has control over, meaning that he's able to enter it at will. A byproduct of this state is that he fights completely instinctively. This is what allowed him to defeat the mind reader Mr. X in their fight. Now, to address some misconceptions about the Berserker's Rage, Logan doesn't lose his ability to fight with his skill, is verbatim stated to be the opposite. He maintains his ability to execute complex combat strategies and keeps his sophisticated combat skills. Another weird misconception is that Berserker Rage increases Logan's physical prowess. However, this isn't exactly the case. Logan doesn't like himself in this state. He wants to keep the animal contained, and as a result, he holds himself back to not letting the Berserker Rage out and accidentally hurt somebody. Therefore, when he does in fact enter the state, it's just him using his full physical capability. It's not an added on boost to what he already has.
Thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like and share it with your friends. Remember to subscribe for more breakdowns, animations, narrative explanations, and matchups coming very soon. Again, we are the Hive Mind, and we will see you all in the next video.